Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim.
This is podcast episode number 92. How many people have done actually 92 podcast episodes, Stu? Not many.
There's a few out there.
There's a few, but not that many. Most people do like one or two.
It requires consistency.
To be consistent, you must be consistent. Ooh, I need that as a t-shirt or a hat or a patch. So what are we talking about today, Stu?
Well, with our live group here on Facebook, we are also taking questions if you guys have them. But we're talking about being ready for business opportunities as they emerge, and things evolve really quickly especially in the online business world, and are you just ready to capitalize on them when they do?
Right. And
that's what we're talking about.
I think one of the biggest examples, one of the biggest things that I can think of, there's two things I want to talk about just to let you know right up front. First is COVID. Second is mini site creator. So COVID, I don't know when you're listening to this. I don't know where you are in relation to when you're hearing this, but at the time of this recording, we are smack dab in the middle of COVID and all kinds of other cool things going on in the world to keep everybody's life interesting, whether you want it to be or not. And everybody having to be at home. What is the number one change in business that happened to pretty much everybody, whether you have your own business or whether you work for somebody else, Stu? What's the number one change?
A lot of virtual everything, right?
Exactly. Virtual everything. Meetings, having to be able to do meetings right, do meetings well, just being able to motivate, persuade, inspire, educate, lead. Whatever you need to do in your business, you had to be able to figure out how to do it virtually. And you look at a company like Zoom, I think their stock went up 300 or 400 or 500% or more. It was insane. All these different services like StreamYard popping up and really taking off so people can do live video. And if you didn't or haven't or aren't willing to figure out how to do video, how to do virtual working and do it the right way and do it well, you have pretty much either gone out of business or in the process of going out of business. And same thing with social media and other stuff, all these things coming together. It's a whole different landscape of just being able to do business in the first place. And that's a huge example of just evolving, not necessarily even to get ahead, but just evolving really fast just to survive, just to stay even, just to keep in the arena, where there are other people that are out in the parking lot of the arena hoping that we start up with teleseminars again. That ain't happening.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Any thoughts on that topic of virtual or anything else that you've seen coming out of the COVID thing that's affected your business? Well, affected your business. Nobody could go to gyms for forever. So how did you evolve with that?
I was really lucky. You can call it whatever you want, but I created a no equipment workout in November of last year. Right. And it sold okay. People were asking, hey, you got anything for just calisthenics and cardio? And that's the book I wrote, called Calisthenics and Cardio. And, it sold okay. It was a good, ebook worthy of keeping on selling. But then when COVID hit, that thing exploded. And not only to the point of where, my normal sales were still going as they were, it doubled, tripled what normal sales normally were. Right. So people were really hungry for, I need some ideas to do without a gym and with minimal equipment. And so I was very fortunate to have that program already out there ready to go. And what it forced me to do was I created a entire section on my webpage that is nothing but my calisthenics, minimal equipment, home gym section. And there's probably about 8 or 10 book options that you can do, with that. Of course, I have personalized training that personalizes it for whatever equipment you have, but, and I've been selling that as well, but I created a home gym section.
And that a lot of that though was just repositioning stuff you already had, because I've been working out with you forever. And I mean, for the first 3 years, I think I had dumbbells. I mean, everything else was, a mat, pull-up bar, and
homemade pull-up bar,
homemade dip bar, homemade pull-up bar. I mean, that's, as ghetto as it gets. But so some of that evolving was just repositioning stuff you already had, and saying, hey, by the way, you can do this without having to go to a gym.
Just letting people know that was part of it. Like so, you said, it's abs. Always evolving. Be selling.
Yeah,
always be selling.
Always be selling. Core. Come on, really excellent. I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on this stuff. But I think that was kind of an evolution of the message too. You'd been doing it and we're making it happen. Now I mentioned something else, Mini Site Creator. This was a course that I created it was my first big multi-million-dollar product that I launched back in 2004, 2005, 2006 were the heydays for that. And I had created this multi-CD set where nobody had high-speed internet back then. I mean, a few people did if you lived in a big city, but the vast majority of people were still on dial-up. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to watch videos, you had to watch them on CD-ROMs. And so we were in the CD business.
Yeah.
We were selling thousands of CDs.
I sent a lot of swim videos via CD.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the one thing that happened though around 2006, I don't know when or why it happened, but that seemed to be the year that we reached the tipping point of high-speed internet. That the vast majority of people got high-speed internet, and so CD sales went in the toilet. And so I evolved and we moved everything online. But then we didn't just evolve from the standpoint of let's take this and put it online. A lot of things had changed in the way that you put up a site and other things. And I needed to make it more efficient, more relevant, needed to add a little bit of a bright, shiny object to it. So that was the first year that we created our wizards. And we actually had software that would help people to create a site and upload it for you. And so that was a way that we were able to take that and evolve and keep going and making, a couple million more with something, as opposed to it just dying. And the problem is that what you're doing right now probably is not what you're going to be doing 2 years from now in some aspect. Now, so what I mean is that you'll still be doing fitness forever. Stu will always be doing fitness stuff. He'll never stop doing fitness stuff. But the way he delivers it may change.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff going on. One of the things everybody needs to pay attention to, and I'm going to prognosticate a little bit here, but virtual reality is going to explode in the next 3 to 4 years. It's already becoming mainstream with the Oculus Quest. That's the Oculus Quest is the thing that is bringing it into the people's homes. This is the first thing that they have that doesn't it doesn't require being hooked up to a computer. It doesn't require external sensors. It is truly self-contained. And I honestly believe in the next 48 to 96 months, it is going to fundamentally change a lot of the things that we're doing, not just in entertainment, but also in business. Because as those headsets get lighter, imagine being able to have like right now, I've got 4 monitors set up. But imagine having that 4 monitor setup inside of a headset, and you can have your exact setup. Everything's in the cloud, and all you need is the headset and a keyboard, and you can have your same office anywhere you go, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling you, that's coming. And it's already here and to some degrees, but the big thing holding it back is how heavy they are, but they're getting lighter and lighter and more pixels. They were already coming out with the Oculus Quest 2 is coming out this month. So I think that's a big thing you need to pay attention to, because things will just stop. That's the other thing I've noticed, especially in the world of online. Stuff just stops. Stuff just stops. It ends.
It's gone.
And it doesn't come back. That's the thing. I know plenty of people that are waiting for what we were doing in 2006, 2007 to kind of roll back around. It's not gonna. Yep. What does stay constant are principles. Like, what are the main principles in your business that are immutable and will never change?
Well, first of all, I'm still looking for my new 8-track to come out.
Dude, I'm waiting for my jetpack.
Like I said, they quit making 8-tracks. They quit making cassette tapes. They quit making CDs. Everything's downloadable now. So yeah, you're right. They just quit making it. Things that stay the same in my business, me adding content. That content may change. It is already changing in the last 20 years from, writing articles and sending them by newsletter. Now they're, writing articles and making videos and plugging videos into the articles and sharing them on social media. Things are just changing with that. And, being able to adapt to those changes is what keeps you relevant. And that's the biggest key. I remember when Jim and I first started doing this kind of stuff together, other than just me being a coach and talking about fitness, is when we created the DIY media marketing. First, we wrote a book. And by the time we finished the book, we're like, all right, let's do a little course on this, make this book as kind of like a textbook. And we had this 12 months lined up, 12 chapters, 12 months. And by the time we're about 3 months in, already we saw changes on the horizon that we needed to do.
Like podcasting.
Right? Add a podcast. And I was like, yeah, we got to figure out how to have podcast. And sure enough, Zoom came out. Perfect. Easy button to do a podcast. And what has happened since we've been doing Zoom for almost 100 podcasts?
Yeah. StreamYard.
We're not even 100 podcasts in. We're in the StreamYard.
Yeah. And Microsoft is coming out with a thing that apparently is really good. I haven't played with it, but all the reviews I'm seeing on it are that it's really, really good. And again, like with the VR stuff, I mean, I'm on a VR kick because I've always thought that was really cool. And now having one that really works. I mean, this is like my third one. But VR meetings, the future of, you have your little avatar, everybody meets in a little virtual space. You've got virtual whiteboards and other stuff that everybody can share and write on, like you're all in the same room. I've done it. It's freaky, actually, how it just, and after 5 or 10 minutes, you feel like you're in the same room.
That's cool.
And so the big thing, though, and I'm going to call you out again on this in front of everybody.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, but I'm still going to say it. And I want everybody who's watching, I want to see some comments. And that is real-time workout videos. Because this is the thing that you're missing. This is the thing where, you know, the Stu Smith personality, me personally, okay, like today, for example, my workout, I did 10 sets of 10 pull-ups or pulls, and then some running in certain things, and then some flutter kicks and some other stuff. And that workout with the run thing might have been hard to do, the real-time thing, but you could just say, okay, pause and go run, come back, unpause, let's do this. But you actually doing the workout with the person as they're doing it in real time, motivating, talking, pacing, showing, it's like, okay, I got 30 minutes, I can do my 30-minute with Stu thing, because when you're by yourself, it's harder. It takes a lot more motivation, self-motivation to do it by yourself. And you're not sure, hey, am I waiting too long in between sets? Should I be doing this faster? It's, you know, when you're running,
You're right.
it's hard. It's hard to run faster when you're by yourself. But when I imagine myself running with other people, I go faster. Literally, when I visualize other people running, or like Jason Voorhees chasing behind me with a hockey mask and a machete, I've told you this, I can increase my times by like as much as 25%. And this is a big deal. Peter said we're seeing this on some level now with Peloton. Yeah, that's kind of fake because it's not really live, but you don't know it's not live, and so it's not really fake. But I'm telling you, Stu, if you had a selection of 30-minute, 60-minute workouts, that just, even if you used them as one-time offers for your books, I'm telling you, it would revolutionize your income, dude.
All right.
I'm telling you, it's like the push-up pull or the grease in the groove, or, you know, like the 2-week thing of every, you know what I'm talking about, the 2-week thing every 6 months where you're doing your pull-up push, your push-up push, where it was in real time with Stu motivating you and getting you to do your thing. And it was like 6 months. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Stu, now more than ever.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I'm just telling you, it's there you go.
You know what'd be cool though is I'm already seeing it now. You actually got me thinking about it more now, right? Whenever it gets caught back here, and I'm thinking about way it's going to look and all that, it's going to happen. So
right,
just stand by.
But don't jerk around with it too much.
Right.
Someone else will come along. Hey, that Navy SEAL who just turned 35 came out with all this stuff, and he's training guys. Oh, okay. And the fact that you trained him means nothing.
That's right.
Sometimes
he was my
student first, Stu.
That is true. That is true. No, that's really good. And you know, on the back of my shirts, what do they say?
Never quit.
Never quit. So I'll have guys in front of me running, and I can see them, right? But that never quit shirt right there, that'd be really cool, because that motivates the person behind you, But anyway, I'm on it. I don't want to distract from the rest of the podcast here, but the
podcast is basically over.
That is a good avenue for me to.
I mean, one of the questions you asked in the show prep is, are you flexible enough to stay relevant?
That's, you know what? You're not wrong.
And that, that's focusing on principles and focusing on what you're trying to do. And it's interesting.
Nothing changes with what I do. It's just how I am presenting it. So
Peter says getting chased by a cougar would move you. Yes, it would too. I get chased by dogs every once in a while down here where I live too. And that sucks.
Yeah.
And Denise asked VR, what is VR? VR is virtual reality. And the other thing, here's the other thing with the Oculus. Again, the Oculus yesterday, I was playing Beat Saber. Have you seen any of the VR games or anything, Stu? There's this game, Beat Saber. Have you ever seen it?
I've never played it, but
it's amazing. It is so much fun. In fact, I used it yesterday when my shoulder was hurting. I used it literally to loosen up my shoulder. So I'm, That's what I
Interesting.
told. That's what I told Terry. Yeah, I could.
Okay.
But
I'm warming up.
the bottom line though is that I haven't messed with this, but by the end of this year, Oculus is owned by Facebook.
Oh.
And the only way you're going to be able to log into your Oculus is through a Facebook account. And they haven't pushed the button yet because I'm scared of what'll happen. But you can push the button and you can broadcast from your Rift or your Quest to Facebook.
Oh.
I'm not sure what you're going to
that may
broadcast
be the ticket there.
But now, I mean, imagine if we were all in a room together, or a stadium, or on a deserted island, on the gym boat, whatever. We'll get Stu on a boat, a virtual boat. Yeah. And we were all there. Somebody said getting chased by chickens. But imagine that tied in with social media. It's I'm telling you, the future is here with that. This may not be it, but they're figuring it out. The other big thing that they've done technically, and again, I don't want to, I mean, you know me when I get excited about something, but the other big thing that they figured out is how to make you not feel sick to your stomach. When the first VR games came out on PlayStation a couple of years ago, it was hard. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, no, it doesn't happen. I'm not sure what they did. But it doesn't happen. I can have that thing on the only reason I ever need to pull it off is because it's just getting too heavy. But that's a mechanical thing. So anyway, I think, in the last 5 to 20, the last thing you had on here, maybe discuss changes in the last 5 years versus 20 years and see if we can forecast the next changes. I always love prognosticating, because if you're wrong, nobody remembers, but if you're right, you can go back and point to the video where you're like, I predicted that. I think VR is going to be huge. I really do. I think it's gotten to that point, and it's not going to be a couple of years before it's like 6 or 8 ounces. It weighs as much as your cell phone on the front of your head, and you can leave that thing on for forever. And it's like wearing glasses. I think that's going to change a whole lot of things in entertainment, communication, productivity, meeting, all kinds of stuff. I think another thing that's going to change is high-speed connectivity, either through 5G or through this satellite network that what's his face is putting up, Elon Musk. This low Earth orbit satellite network, I think, is going to be a big deal. So more and more and more stuff's just going to always be hooked into high speed. I think those, and then resulting from that, whole new world of productivity tools, cloud-based stuff, all kinds of that's all just going to be absolutely huge. But I'm telling you, imagine your setup in your office right now, what you have versus what would be the perfect setup. A bigger monitor here, being able to bring stuff in, push stuff out, like that Minority Report thing with Tom Cruise. Remember that when he was doing all that? You can do that inside of virtual reality. And so being able to talk and meet and do all that, it's here. It's just going to take a little while to get to the folks. So that's what I think is going to come. What do you think, Stu?
It's hard to beat that one. I mean, I do think more virtual is going to be, not necessarily virtual reality, but just like what we're doing is going to be a lot more accepted and used, just like people use the telephone. People are going to be able to hop on one of these, whether it's their phone or it's their desktop or whatever, and that's how people are going to communicate. Be more face-to-face communication.
I think one of the things that will happen with this at some point is that it'll be easier for us, like this, what Peter just pushed here. Peter would be able to raise his hand. I could click on him and he would drop right in and we could talk to him and then drop right back out. You can sort of do that with Zoom and sort of do that with other stuff, but it's still a little clunky. But I think that's coming real soon. just being able to meet and talk and interact and collaborate, all these things, I think is going to be huge. So cool. All right. Well,
Another easy day, Jim.
That's it for our podcast. And so if you're not a member of the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook, you should be. As of right now, we we broke the 20,000 mark. Nice. That was what I was going to check. We broke yesterday at our staff meeting, we were 40 away from breaking 20,000. So we have hit the 20,000 mark, member mark, which is really cool.
It really is amazing.
Yeah. Especially remember back when we had like 3 members and you and I were 2 of them.
Yeah. So we're like, wow, we hit 100.
That's right.
Good. It's growing.
So yeah, that's really cool. And so everybody needs to jump on that. And if you don't have a copy of my book, Copywriting Secrets, you should head on over to copywritingsecrets.com. You can grab a copy of the book for free. Just pay a small shipping and handling. Over 40,000 people around the world have grabbed a copy and are loving it. So if you want to get in shape, where should they go, Stu? So that especially they can get on your list for when you start having those real-time workout offers.
Doing those virtual workouts. Yeah. StuSmithFitness.com. That's where I am. So.
Excellent. So that's the end of the podcast. Have a great day. So Stu, one last thing. This is continuing the idea. And I know you don't like it when I do this, but it's okay because you live far enough away. I'm not worried about you coming down here and beating my ass. Here's the thing with those real-time workouts, dude, that could open up a huge thing of a membership site too, because as you're doing these workouts even with your guys, the heroes of tomorrow, okay, every workout y'all do is potential for you to film a workout, and then people can shoot and you can categorize them. So you could sell them one off, the 30-minute upper body with Stu, the 45-minute leg crusher. I'll help you come up with all kinds of cool names that sound like pro wrestling. But the other thing is, if you just started taping the workouts and they went in a membership site where people could do the workout with the group.
Yeah.
Dude, you think of these kids that you're training and everything, you could get 1,000 kids to pay you $10 a month.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. You know what's interesting, what you just said, is that my membership group gets the exact workouts that I do with Heroes of Tomorrow.
I know that.
As a newsletter. To add a video to that is like, next generation.
Sure. So you just film one of the workouts and say, okay, here's your real-time workout for the week. And then, by the way, if you join Stu Smith Live or whatever for $10 a month, you can get all the workouts we do every single day. And they're just a day behind or a week behind or whatever.
Yep.
And then you have some kid or somebody that you figure out how to film the workouts and make them so that somebody could be doing them at home. And it wouldn't be that hard. You wouldn't have to do all 5 every week or whatever, but even just a couple, 3 or, an upper body, lower body, cardio.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, just like the conversation we had a while back when we talking about covers and books and ebooks and Amazon, I'm telling you right now, this could totally change your life and your business and the lives of these kids dude, I'm just going to show everybody real quick. Hang on.
Yes, this is good.
Stu says you get a workout. This is what you get. You get this mangy you get this mangy 3-ring binder, but this is a workout. This is what you get. That's the workout. So you got to be pretty self-motivated to go and do all this stuff. But if you could bring this workout to life and you could see the kids and it's like, narrow once in a while, zoom in on the fat kid so that I could say, okay, well, that kid's getting out. I'm kicking that kid. At least there's one person who's worse than me. I'm telling you, man, that could be huge. Because also the other thing is, I know when I put this thing on and I had the video going, I can see how long it's going to last. A lot of time when I look at this, holy shnikey, how long is this going to go? Is this 90 minutes? Is this, I know, okay, this is an hour and 10 minutes. Even if I'm puking, it'll be over in another 59 minutes. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So just, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. All right.
I'm on it.
All right,
I'm
cool.
on it. It is brewing.
All right. Well, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.